I grew up with 4 brothers and 2 sisters, and the only thing I ever wanted to be was a mom. I did not ever have normal periods, so I knew that there might be a problem, but I just didn't think it would be that hard to fix. I just thought, oh, I'll just get on some pills and we'll have a baby, it'll be no problem.
I was part of the reason we couldn't have kids. That was a really hard thing for me to realize because I knew my wife wanted a family so much.
Infertility has an impact on mental health. Women and couples often experience depression and anxiety, symptoms of grief and loss. Particularly in our family-focused culture here in Utah, we find that peers are building their families and women may feel left out.
When I was first diagnosed with infertility, I didn't even know one other person who was experiencing infertility. After the initial shock wore off, I decided to be open with my story, and I was shocked at the number of people who came to me and said, me too, I'm suffering from infertility, I can't get pregnant, I don't know what's going to happen to me.
I remember when I first moved to Utah, I kept feeling like I need a support system. I didn't really have any friends because I had just moved. So I found out about a support group and I was super nervous about going to the support group, but I still was feeling like I needed it. So I went and there were a lot of people.
Before we shared our stories, we were all suffering in silence and we didn't even know that our neighbor, our friend, was also going through the same thing.
The Utah Infertility Resource Center serves 3 main communities. The first is individuals, couples, and families who are struggling with infertility. The second group is Utah's infertility community as a whole, and the third group is anybody who is not aware of infertility currently.
We want to provide therapists to clients of UIRC who understand not only the complexity of treating infertility clinically, but that have a personal connection to infertility. We find that women feel better connected and understood by therapists who have this expertise.
Just being able to talk about it once a month has made me such a happier person. Just like, I don't feel like I need to vent or talk about it all the time because I can talk about it with people that understand. And I feel like grieving with those that grieve or mourning with those that mourn has made a huge difference in my life.
We find that cost is a significant barrier for couples wanting to access counseling. We know that they're already paying thousands of dollars for infertility treatment, adoption, or other family building methods. That's why at Utah Infertility Resource Center we offer therapists who specialize in infertility on a sliding fee scale.
Through our online presence, we hope to not only make people aware that infertility exists, but what it feels like to experience infertility. We have our Facebook page, our blog, and our website. All those resources we'll use to share stories of infertility, explain statistics of infertility, and help people understand the infertility process.
I'm such a happier person, I feel way less stressed, and being able to have the support system in real life is amazing, and being able to have a support system online to be able to ask a question or see if anybody else has had the same symptoms and have people that relate to you better makes a huge difference.
Being aware of infertility is just the first step. Education is a hugely important part, and it's important for couples struggling to understand what their options are.
One of the biggest things that I found was amazing is how many people deal with this but don't talk about it. But once you find a safe environment where you can interact with people, it becomes really easy and it becomes something that builds you up. It doesn't have to just weigh you down.
In an educational consultation, a caring staff member will guide you through a discussion about your infertility and educate you about the resources available to you in your situation. UIRC will also be hosting conferences and seminars where couples struggling with infertility, doctors, and other members of the Utah infertility community can come together.
Infertility has been the hardest child I've ever had in my whole life. And a lot of times I wished it away and just wished I could have some other trial. But then I realized other people have trials too.
I'm really excited about UIRC because it's going to provide that connection that men and women need when they're going through the infertility journey alone.
Not only is it important to offer support to those struggling, it's important to educate all of Utah about the realities of infertility.
Don't give up. There are plenty of people that have gotten pregnant, and there are plenty of people that found alternate routes. They did embryo adoption, or they had a surrogate or they adopted, and there is a way that you can have a family if you just keep working at it and just don't give up. You're not alone.